Welcome back, everyone, to Pontos Fathom Hobbies. This is our Season 15, Episode 1 of Cthulhu Death May Die. We are playing the Isle of the Damned, which is from the Season 3 box set. It's Season 3, Episode 2. Getting the fast-forwarding through the game setup here, we'll be playing with Azathoth as the Great Old One. We've got some new minis on the board, so we'll fast-forward through getting the board set up, get all those minis set up, and we'll walk you through the setup and then jump into gameplay. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let's finish the setup here. Let's go through. We've got Hui Kong and Leon Barnes. We can read their intros in a bit, but we've got their miniatures. Hui Kong is returning, so I just painted up a new image here of Leon Barnes. So we'll get these guys placed on the starter space here. We've got Leon Barnes, Miami, Florida. I'll slow down a bit, let you guys catch up. Leon was a soldier in the Great War, an officer and a gentleman fighting alongside the British, who awarded him the Medal of Honor 3 times. He's got 2 Congressional Medals of Honor, several medals from the French, and the Kaiser personally put a bounty on Leon's head, or rather that's what Leon says about himself. Most don't believe him, and that's probably wise. That said, he really does seem to know his stuff when it comes to a fight. But his boasts always come with a wink and a smile, so there's really no harm in it. And then we've got Hui Kong, who we played in our last game. To fight, be where they are not. It is that easy and that hard. He's from Hainan, China. Hui Kong has traveled far and wide since early age, seeking out the eldritch horrors and humans that worship them. But his is not a mission of redemption. There is only one way to redeem those lost to madness. As such, even at the advanced age, Hui Kong is one of the most lethal investigators that cultists could have the misfortune of crossing. So we've got those guys ready. I'm going to put their tokens here. For Hui Kong has toughness, swiftness, and self-defense. Leon has show-off, marksman, and swiftness. And obviously they've got their health, stress, and insanity. As usual. Again, mention that the Great Old One here is Azathoth. We've got the Azathoth mini here out on the board. We've got a paint through video for this. We've also have the Dancers of Azathoth, the Servitors of the Outer God, as they're known in the literature. We've got Cultists of Azathoth as well. The Cultists are engaged here. And then finally, for our scenario, we've got 2 monsters for the, we're playing the Season 3, Episode 2, Isle of the Damned scenario. This has the Fisher from outside. We've got 2 of these Fishers from outside. They're quite frightful. One of them gets placed here. And another of them is in reserve. And then we've got the Dole. And the Dole is also quite frightening. Eyes all over the place, fangs. The Dole is here in this room. We've got the spire marked off here. Got an indicator for the spire. And then we've got an indicator for the courtyard. We've got some locks throughout, and we've got some keys to solve the mystery. Let's read a little bit about the scenario, and then we'll jump into round number 1. So he goes, the Isle of the Damned. This small isle near Venice has been a haven for refugees since the sick of ancient times, but now it is our prison. They sent us here for madness, but the guards themselves are cultists, ready to use the oncoming storm for a ritual. We must stop them. To disrupt the ritual, any investigator must enter the spire. So we have to enter the spire over here. When the Elder One advances, each investigator takes 1 stress. Special rules. When an investigator kills a cultist, they draw a key token from the pile without looking at it, place it in the face down on the investigator board. These tokens may be traded, but they're always kept face down. If an investigator dies, shuffle the keys. Only cultists can pass the lock tokens. For other enemies, investigators treat the passage as walls for purpose of all the tokens that are present. Open a door. Choose a lock token in your space and one of your key tokens. Flip both face up. If the number of the key tokens match, remove both tokens from the game. Otherwise, shuffle the key tokens back into the pile and flip the lock token face down. Wow. Okay, and then we can start a riot. If there are no cultists in your space, make a roll. Gain 1 extra roll for each patient companion you have. Move the nearest cultist 1 space towards you with each success. So those are our sort of rules. We do have another... No, that's it. That should be good. We've got to place a cultist here. A cultist in the courtyard. Occultists in this back room. Cultists in the hallways. Here, here, and here. And that is going to do it. So let's jump into the gameplay. But first, quick shout out to this channel's sponsor. Pontus Phantom Hobbies is brought to you by the books that we produce. We've got a bookstore link down in the description. You can check out books like August Moldenhauer's Lost Carcosa in the Yellow Sign, along with his preface to The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers. We've also got the Esoteric Dragon Mysteries and Saturn Mysteries. We've got a podcast channel that we do a lot of podcasts. We explore these books there, so you can go check that out. For Lovecraft fans, we've got the collection of Hermeticism of Hastur, Archaeology of Yog-Sothoth, Genealogy of Cthulhu, Psychoanalysis of Rillia, Alchemy of Azathoth, and Necromancy of Nyarlathotep, collected handsomely in the Catu Journals out of Lovecraft's Providence hardcover omnibus. We've got the Artificial Psychoanalysis of Desiring Machines, Alchemy and Anthroposophy in the Dune Saga. And lastly, our newest saga based on Lovecraft's Dreamlands, The Alchemical Courtship in the Dreamlands, Volume 1, Aim Aimless and Aim Vicious, available now. And then we've got the upcoming second part, Hope's Home, Hysteria's Heart, Alchemical Courtship of the Dreamlands, Volume 2. Part 1 takes place in Cellophase of the Dreamlands. Part 2 goes into Iron Dome, Daleth. So interesting stuff. Go check those out. Check out our Patreon. And let's jump back into gameplay. Okay, let's jump into round number 1. So let's start out with our first investigator. We'll have Hui Kong going first. We'll have him. He needs to go after a cultist. It's the cultists that will release the keys. So let's go ahead and have him attack our first cultist. When an investigator kills a cultist, they draw a key token from the pile without looking at it. Okay, so we get a key when we kill a cultist. So let's have Hui Kong. His first action will be moving here. Then he will go ahead and do an attack on this cultist. And he gets 1 hit. I'm going to give him 2 rerolls here. Cultist has 2. And he's able to take 1 insanity, and he will remove the first cultist from the game. I'll put the cultist over here. And he can now go ahead and grab 1 of the keys. So he has his first key. Places it on his... Here's our key token here. Place it on his character. Next up is draw the Mythos card. So let me do a quick shuffle. I've mixed the Isle of the Damned with the Azathoth Mythos card. So let's go ahead and take the first one for Hui Kong, and he gets the Dole. Move the Dole 2 spaces towards you. That's not good. So that means he has to fight the Dole. The Dole says when it attacks, each success deals 2 wounds instead of 1. Ugh, that's horrible. Okay, so we have to do a fight. So the Dole gets to attack us. It has 1 black and 2 greens. And let's show these off because we have some great minis again. Kong versus the Dole. This is a fantastic creature. Let's roll this out. 2 damage to Kong, which is actually 4 damage. So that's not good. Let's have him go ahead and check the Elder Sign. We don't have any Elder Advance, and that's going to wrap it up for Kong. Let's jump into gameplay for Leon. So let's have Leon try to help him out here. He's going to jump in with the Dole. Let's have him do his first attack. He also has Marksman. So actually, yeah, before he moves, why doesn't he just do Marksman? He'll do Marksman. And again, here's Leon. Kind of try to do that kind of a pattern here on his shirt by keeping the paint wet. You can go check that paint through video. We just did it a couple days ago. He posted it. So he'll do Marksman. He'll fight from the target away. But if there's another investigator in your space, gain 1 die. Oh, you know what to do? I'm going to do that. I'm going to gain the extra die from having the investigator in the space. First attack. We get 2. And we have to take Insanity. I'm going to re-roll one of those dice with the stress. And we get 3. So that's 3 damage to the creature. 1 more attack. 4, 5, 6. Let's roll 1 more die as well. 7. Okay, so we're able to take the Dole off the board, moving him back into the reserve. So cleared that out. And now we can grab our Mythos card. Mythos cards for Leon. Alice Kleiter. The investigator with the most evidence items must take 1 hex condition on one of them. If tied, choose 1. So we have no evidence. So we can just put this out. This is just our second component there. And then let's go ahead and investigate or fight. We can get a discovery card from the deck, and we get Paranoid or Carl, the maddened patient, gibbering and drooling, eyes unblinking and speaking impossible words. You may take 1 wound to claim the maddened patient. If you do not, you claim the paranoid condition. Sure, I'll take 1 wound. I'll take 1 wound and claim this. And the maddened patient, at the end of your turn, take 1 stress. End of your turn, take 1 stress. And I guess this is the end of our turn. So that's going to wrap up our quick round 1. We will see you guys in round number 2. Looking forward to jumping into this. Thank you guys for watching. See you in round 2. Bye-bye.